Hello. That was very weird. My camera, like when I started, it was not in my face, and then I hit record, and it was like, "Oh, you want us to be in your face?" It's like, No, but here we are. So, an amazing thing happened this week. I beat two games. I beat Shantae Risky's Revenge, and I beat Submerged. So that means next week you're guaranteed an episode. Today we're talking about Shantae. And this game was super fascinating. I played it on the Switch because that's what I've got basically, and I'm not going out and buying new physical games. I've got I've got Game Boy Advances, so I think I could play the original Risky's Revenge, but I don't have the original. So it was very, very interesting. I knew it was a Metroidvania going into it, so I knew that backtracking would be a thing and that I should do it. So I really tried to take note of where things were so that I could go back to them when I figured out how to get past them. So that I could go and get upgrades and things like that. Now, the thing that was weirdest about this game was how small it was. So if I'm recalling right, it was a Game Boy Advance game. Metroid Fusion was also a Game Boy Advance game. Also the only Metroidvania for the Game Boy Advance that I have to go off of. Except for now I've got two. So, it was very fascinating because it wasn't all just a flat map. You can jump forwards and backwards, and that moves you along different planes. So there are, in fact, a whole bunch of different of like maps that are almost stacked, and you can move between the different maps. But they're stacked along the what I think would be the z-axis. If y is up and x is down, then they're stacked along what we would consider the z. I cut my finger. That's what the red on my finger is. It's a cut. So that was super interesting, and then it was small. Like, you only get 3 upgrades, and then you buy the other ones. I'm very used to you unlocking your abilities via gameplay, not by buying stuff. So that was super interesting. But I love at the end, I like that there are 2 different classifications of your moves, because at the very end, you go and you fight the boss, and the boss is your magic self. Your magic gets stolen and turns into your magic self. So you have to fight with all the upgrades that you bought. And that's super cool, because the boss fight ends up being easier if you end up focusing on buying upgrades and not just on the magic upgrades. So that was a super cool idea, and I really liked it, and I thought it was clever. And there were a few parts that were jank, but I think that was just like kind of that weird old game jank, which is charming at this point, I think. So I liked it, and I'm going to play more Shantae. I've got more Shantae games, and I'm looking forward to playing them. That's all that I've got. Thank you for coming to my Saturday morning show and giving it a watch. If you've played Shantae and want to comment, leave a comment below. Next week I'm going to be talking about Submerged. I'm very excited about it. It was a very fun game. And I'm playing the second Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game. Justice for All, I believe. And I think Trials and Tribulations is the third one. It's very exciting, very fun for me. I'm looking forward to talking about both Submerged and Phoenix Wright. It'll be great. I hope that you guys have a lovely week, and I will talk to you then.